I'm Juan with student ID number 476187230. This activity is for the purpose of assessment only and will be recorded, viewed, and stored following TAFE Queensland procedures. Hi Nigel, thank you for making the time to catch up. I would like to touch base with you and see how things are going, both with work and in general. How is everything?
Thanks for checking in. Work's been okay. Busy as usual, I reckon. A bit full on at home, but I'm getting through it. Though there's been a bit of a rough trough.
Thank you for being open with me. I bet you must have a lot on your plate lately. I feel you. Thank you for keeping our project moving on. I fully understand how hard it can be to juggle personal stress and to keep on the top of work. I really appreciate your contributions to our team. However, as a manager, I have the responsibility to raise issues I have observed the last week, and I have some feedback for you. I noticed that there were some communication tensions between you and June occasionally. Most of the time, you two work very well together. May I have your perspective on your collaboration lately?
Generally speaking, we get on well. Sometimes John appears too sensitive and too defensive to my direct expressions. He pushes back on everything I say.
Thank you for sharing your point of view. You also find John's defensive attitude very challenging. I've observed that your straightforwardness cannot be always effective with John. It seems both of you could come abrupt and change your tone when you have an interaction sometimes. So could you please give an example that made you frustrated?
I was trying to point out or admit a part that had a few flaws in its initial action plan, which would drag out the process and time. I explained it a couple of times to him using different examples, but it seemed John was either defensive or didn't get the point. I was at my wit's end when you know all I wanted to do was end this conversation.
Yeah, I hear you. It sounds like you were trying to fix things. John misunderstood it as being aggressive, and his triggered defensiveness stopped your engagement. I completely understand that personalities clash sometimes. I get it entirely, but I have to say, when your outspoken style comes across as different from John, it does affect the working relationship. I'm not blaming you. It takes two to tango. However, as a manager, it is my duty to keep respectful office surroundings. I bet you know well that as public officers, we need to comply with legislations, regulations, and our workplace policies about workplace respect.
Yeah, name one code of conduct for the Queensland Public Service.
Thank you for understanding, Nigel. Let me name other ones like Public Sector Ethics Act 1994, Queensland Work Health and Safety Act 2011, Queensland, and our workplace respect and inclusion policy. I must make sure everyone in my team feels safe, valued, and respected, including you and John.